with me?
Oh my God, do you come with fries? Is your middle name Cheese?
Empty your backpack.
Do it, or you'll catch the beating. You brought this on yourself.
Some places feel like they're right out of a dream. Larkinville is one of those places. The people are just a little friendlier. The pace is a little slower. Yes, Larkinville is pretty great. There's only one problem in the whole town. This is Trevor's story. Trevor steps onto some freshly planted flowers. He offers a sarcastic apology. The woman tells him it's okay. She's sure it was an accident, although her expression says otherwise. He tells her, "See you tomorrow." As Trevor walks off, she glares at him with contempt. We then see Trevor walk directly in front of a moving car. The driver apologizes for the mistake. We can already see where this is going. Trevor helps himself to a busker's tips, knocks over some paint, and generally causes trouble throughout town. The townspeople's reaction? Tolerance, perhaps even fear. Trevor passes a fence where a dog barks viciously at him. It's tied up, so Trevor taunts it with a biscuit. Larkinville was a dream for Trevor, but a nightmare for everyone else. At school, the teachers hide at the windows. The principal sets off an alarm to warn everyone. Trevor has arrived. Trevor meets a small kid who pays him unfounded compliments. He walks confidently through the halls and receives his homework from a trio of nerds. Suddenly, the small kid tells Trevor that one of the nerds looked at him. Despite the nerd's protest, Trevor confronts him. "Were you looking at my scar?" Trevor demands. He slams a locker in frustration before moving on. Throughout the day, Trevor torments other students. He injures a kid during dodgeball, prompting the boy's mother, Janice, to come in and confront the principal. She doesn't care who Trevor's father is. She demands he be expelled, but the principal reminds her. This academy was built using a grant from Trevor's father. Trevor is Trevor Larkin. Janice demands he be brought to her, so she can tell him off directly. The principal coldly reminds her that she works for Larkin Industries. If Rick Larkin hears that she even suggested Trevor did anything wrong, she'll be out of a job. Not just her. The principal will be fired too, and the funding for the school will be pulled. 50 teachers and staff will lose their livelihoods. This is Larkinville, the principal concludes. You'd better forget it. In economics class, the teacher asks a question. Trevor raises his hand. The teacher is surprised. Trevor never participates. But Trevor only wants to remind the class of how powerful his father is. With a snap of his fingers, he could reduce this town to dust. Suddenly, a new student walks in. He has a prosthetic leg and introduces himself. Evan Berger. Berger? Berger! Evan Berger? Trevor bursts out laughing. Do you come with fries? Is your middle name Cheese? After class, Evan is dragged behind the corner. Not by Trevor, but by the trio of nerds. We don't have much time, one says. They warn him. Trevor is coming. Why me? Evan asks. Because everyone's a target, but you are the bullseye. They offer advice. Do what he says. It's easier that way. Then, they formally welcome him to the resistance. At lunch, Evan is eating a sandwich when Trevor approaches. Empty your backpack, Trevor demands. Why? Evan asks. Because I said so? Evan replies, no. The cafeteria goes silent. Students scatter. The lunch ladies pull down the shutters. The trio of nerds blame themselves. We didn't warn him hard enough. He's a dead man. Trevor threatens Evan. Evan calls his bluff. Trevor punches Evan squarely in the face. That night, Trevor is playing video games when the doorbell rings. He yells for someone to get the door, but no one does. Annoyed, he answers it himself. It's Evan and his elderly grandmother. She asks if Trevor gave Evan the black eye. Trevor demands to know how they found his house and threatens to call the police. The grandmother calmly tells him to ask Evan for forgiveness. "Get off my property," Trevor growls. "I'll see you at school tomorrow." As he tries to slam the door shut, the grandmother steps forward and begins chanting an incantation. The wind howls. The sky darkens. For the first time in his life, Trevor feels afraid. Around Larkinville, something feels different. People can't quite explain it, but they know something's changed. That night at dinner, Rick Larkin tells his wife that Janice had the nerve to barge into his office and call Trevor a menace. Trevor claims the dodgeball incident was an accident, and Rick believes him without question. Rick's wife, Kendra, expresses sympathy for the injured boy. Rick brushes her off. "You're made of sugar. Can't help being sweet. Pass the sick bag," Trevor jokes. "I think I'm gonna puke." Rick continues. He's evicted Janice's family from their apartment. Kendra is horrified. She gently suggests Trevor might be too aggressive. Rick scowls. "Tell her, son, what happens when you're not aggressive?" "You get trampled," Trevor replies. "In life, you wear the boot, or you're under it," Rick says. Later that evening, Trevor is laughing at videos when he hears a noise outside. The weather is disturbing. He feels uneasy. The next morning, his alarm goes off. He jumps out of bed and runs to the mirror. He's gotten younger. He tries to hide it from his parents. "I'm fine," he insists. But he's a long way from fine, and he thinks he knows why. Trevor bolts from his house into town. On the way, he accidentally tramples the same flowers again. The woman from before grabs him. This time, when he apologizes, genuinely, she's not having it. "I've dreamed of this moment," she says. "Prayed for it." She calls out to everyone. "This is the kid who made your lives miserable." Yes, he's still Rick Larkin's son, but somehow, it feels different now. The townspeople chase him. Trevor outruns them, arriving at the house with the dog. This time, the dog is unchained. It chases him. He scrambles over a fence, but the dog grabs his ankle. Trevor shakes it loose and runs. At school, he begs the students, "Have you seen Evan Berger?" No one answers. Then Janice's son recognizes him. "You got my mom fired. You got us evicted." Students and teachers crowd around Trevor, pushing him against the wall. "Somebody help me," he cries. "Stop," Evan shouts. A path opens through the crowd. "Let him have it," someone yells. Evan steps forward. "If we do this, we're just as bad as he is." He takes Trevor to his grandmother. Trevor falls to his knees. "I'm sorry. I'll never hurt anyone again. Please, make me big again." The grandmother replies, "The things we do to others, we do to ourselves. Love others, and you love yourself. Hurt others. I get it." Trevor interrupts. "Please." She chants another incantation. "In the morning," she says, "the world will be as it should be." Trevor thanks her and promises never to forget. She smiles. "You won't." The next morning, Trevor bolts out of bed. He checks the mirror. Back to normal. His first thoughts? Payback. He storms outside, but doesn't notice the sold sign on the lawn. He stomps on the flowers again. This time, Rick stands up. "Why'd you do that, son?" Trevor is shaken. "Why are you working?" Rick shrugs. Everyone works for the Berger family. He steps aside, revealing the town sign. "Welcome to Bergerville." A red sports car pulls up. Kendra steps out, blows a kiss to Rick, and walks over to the busker, now her husband. Trevor is frozen in disbelief. Rick hands him gardening gloves. Time to get to work. Trevor screams. It is said that his scream could be heard across 3 counties, carried on the same wind that swept away a town ruled by fear. and left something better growing in its place. Yes, Burgerville is pretty great. The people are a little friendlier. The pace a little slower. Some places feel like they're right out of a dream. So, what do you think? Did Trevor get what he deserved? Or should something worse have happened? And now that Evan is in charge, will he become the new Trevor?